Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Honey Boy. This is a 2019 film. It is rated R. It runs an hour and a half, and it stars Shia LaBeouf, Lucas Hedges, and Noah Jupe. The description: a young actor's stormy childhood and early adult years as he struggles to reconcile with his father and deal with his mental health. This is Honey Boy. This is one movie that I wouldn't have known about if I didn't do some research, and so I was happy to be able to see it. It's been on my list for a while, but I had to kind of struggle to find it. So once I was able to watch it last night, I was actually pretty happy about it. I did not know anything about this going in. I really enjoy being able to actually do that because it's not very often that you do. Either it's in theater and you see the trailer a million times, or you're seeing it off of someone's suggestion, or some people really have to read online and get a bunch of opinions. I don't like that at all. So I like going into a movie fresh and not knowing anything about it, not really even who's in it. Just, oh, I see a movie title, I'm going to watch that movie. And that's exactly what I did with Honey Boy. And I think it'd be great for other people to do that too. So I appreciate you watching this review. I am going to talk about it a little bit, but try and go into this with as little of knowledge as you can, because it's a story and it's one person's story. And when things are this personal, they can be really, really well done movies. And it depends on how you handle it, obviously, but these can be really great movies because they're so personal. They're on such a confidential kind of area for that person telling you their private story that it can be really good. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the surprise of Shia. I haven't seen him for a while. Maybe Transformers. I mean, I don't know what else he's done really. Um, and this is dangerously close to Holes. And I know that was a long time ago for him, but this was a really good movie for him as an adult. And I hope that he can build off of this, maybe be in some more pictures that are more in the limelight. And I really think that he can really use this as a staple movie for his career, because I didn't know it was him. I gotta be honest, maybe 20 minutes into the film, like I heard this guy talking, and he was really, kind of maybe a kind of more of a slums kind of character, somebody that's really poor. And with that accent and everything, I just didn't know who it was. I just figured it was some guy, so I was trying to focus on the child because that's who the movie's really about, and is this Otis. And so once I started listening a little bit more to the dad, I was like, I think I recognize that voice. Where's that voice from? And turns out it's Shia. So I really think that he nailed this character. Um, I can't believe that he gets to do all the stuff that he gets to do in this movie, honestly, because he can be kind of on the line of stealing the spotlight away from who this story is about. And this story is about this young and this older version of Otis and their interactions with their father. But Shia is so good, he almost makes it turn really to him and his performance. He kind of can steal the spotlight away from the two Otises. So, young Otis. I, really appreciate children in the movie industry. A lot of them do a really good job because of what they're capable of doing, and they do have limitations and everything. So you can't really critique them very well, but we can appreciate them. This child actor in Honey Boy, He he says his lines well. I'll say that. He is able to balance the feeling, or the people that made this movie are made it feel like he's able to balance life for a troubled child movie star, and that means making friends and working his way through having money and smoking and maybe all the pressures of acting. There's a lot to this character, and so I think this young guy handled it pretty well. I can't imagine what else we could ask from him because it's a really deep character. This movie is full of deep characters, and so I just think that you can't expect so much from someone so young and trying to ask them to fulfill this huge, uh, vast character that he's being asked to play. I think he does the best job of what he's able to do. The guy that plays the older version of Otis, I think he's the low spot of this. I don't think he added much to anything. I think he could play a character like this in his sleep. He doesn't make it look easy like Shia does. He doesn't really push it to the limit like Shia does. So I just feel like he was a good character. I do appreciate him and some other things he's done, but the older version of Otis I think is the low spot of this. So that's really all there is in this movie. There's some other added characters. There's a young girl in the apartment complex with Shia and Otis, and she's nice. There's a guy that plays a There's a couple guys that play counselors and stuff in this movie. They are fine. They have some good lines. It's an entertaining movie. I would say that this is one of those movies that you can be on the edge of your seat for. You don't really know what's going to happen. You don't really know what it's all about. You just kind of have to watch it and be invested in it. And if you miss anything, then you're going to be really confused because all of it's pretty vital. And it's crazy conversations and crazy situation. I think a lot of us can maybe have some problems with this movie personally if you ever got spanked as a child, or if you were verbally abused, or anything. If you had any pressure on you to maybe take care of your siblings because your parents weren't around, or this is a really personal story and a really good movie for people to kind of put a magnifying glass on their own life and just feel some emotion while watching a movie. And it's not the most effective at carrying out that message, but it does have it. And I don't like the things that happen in here and kind of the recurring dialogue a little bit here and there. But there's really vivid arguments, and there's effects of alcoholism. And so if you want to watch them, if you're able to watch a movie like this, I can suggest it to you. But I can understand a lot of people just, not being able to watch a movie like this, or not necessarily wanting to watch a movie like this just because of the content. I'm going to give Honey Boy a B. I do completely suggest watching this just if anything, to be able to say that you saw it, because it's just full of so much stuff that it's an interesting story. And it's a well done movie, and the people in it are really trying hard to act well for you and carry through this story to let you know what can happen with a young child who has a lot of pressure on him as a professional, and their parent that actually sticks by their side but is going through a lot. There's just so many levels of this movie. So I don't think it's anything I would want to watch again in the future, which is why I'm giving it a B. But I really enjoyed watching it. I feel like it's an accomplishment that I was able to watch this movie, because I do feel a little honored to be able to be exposed to it because of the great acting and the great story. So a B for Honey Boy. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.